Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, Angelica, how are you?
Oh my goodness, my week has been just too much almost. Like, I know I always say that a lot, but just too much. And then this day, I went from having an okay day to having a really bad day to back to having a okay day. But then when I got home, I hopped in the shower. I feel much better now. But yeah, so my day started off pretty much, being at work, normal stuff. But then I got a call from my mom talking about my little sister back in the hospital. If y'all don't know, she had surgery just a few months ago to get her gallbladder taken out. Now they mentioned that her liver is inflamed and she got ulcers in her stomach. Like, really? Like, she's 21. So that really kind of scared me. Yes. So she's been released, and she's getting herself taken care of and everything like that. She's back at home. Won't be going to work tomorrow, obviously, but that's just horrible. Like, she's just been feeling sick. Everybody's been thinking she's pregnant, and it's just like, what's really going on? But anyway, and now we realized it wasn't her liver.
You said what?
I said, then they realized it wasn't her liver, like, because at first it was like she may have something wrong with her liver. I'm like, really? Really, no. But
so what was it?
They not really. It just said that it just the ulcers that's on her stomach. She got to take some medication for it. So that's what she's going to be doing over the next few days. Just y'all keep her in y'all prayers. You know what I'm saying? But other than that,
how did she get ulcers though?
I have no idea. We talked briefly. Her phone was about to get ready and die. She was at 19%, and I was like, call me when you get released and stuff like that. So then she called me when she got released and stuff because I didn't want her phone to die. She had her charger on her. And I was all the way out getting my son from school, so I couldn't run it to her, It's just bad business, man. Like, but then she, like I said, she said she ain't have nothing wrong with her liver. So she was good to go after that. She was good to go. I was just so upset, but yeah, but she's good to go now. She's home. She's feeling good. She's all right. Anyways, how are you doing today?
I ain't never got shit to talk about. I'm doing good. Oh, so we finally decided because you all know, like, well, I don't know if you all know, but we used to have a dog, like me and my partner, like a year ago. And, where I'm living at, the kind of breed that I have is not allowed. So we had to give the dog away, but now we're looking into purchasing another dog. And I found a couple I got really like, but it's kind of like official, like less than a month, I'm going to have a new dog, and I'm so excited because I really miss that.
Oh, my God.
Just something up under me all day. And this time, I get to pick everything, like what it looks like. Yeah, it's going to be really cute and cuddly, and I'm just so excited.
Wait, so did y'all move, or how are you able to get the dog now?
It's just because it's a less aggressive breed. Like a lot of areas.
Oh.
Like where like where my dad used to live at, it's like the same thing. Like you can't. They don't allow like pit bulls, and that's what we had. We had like a pit bull, but then we was just like trying to, guys in the fair was like a Staffordshire Terrier, and it's like it's the same thing, bitch. So yeah, we had to end up getting rid of it. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Well, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
All right, y'all. Well, this is your host, Angel Vondrina.
And I'm your host, John Mosby, and you are listening to Confession
Session. All right. Was that okay?
That was terrible. Yeah, it was terrible.
Okay,
that's why you did that little chuckle.
Right. Why did I even ask? I should have just went in to what I had to say, like I'm going to, because you like to hurt people's feelings. But you know what? That's
I do not like to hurt people's feelings.
Whatever.
I think I'm just
I'm
a little more honest.
I'm used to being abused by you.
But I would prefer that.
I'm used to being abused. You mentally abused me, but it's fine.
You're a bad person for saying that. But anyway,
I want to thank everybody. Yes. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in this week. We appreciate the love and support. Don't be afraid, once again, to share, tweet, retweet, and like our post in regards to Confession Session. If you know someone with a secret or someone that want to get something off their chest, have them call the show because we want to hear it all. And also make sure y'all like our fan page, Confession Session. Also, Jen is going to just go ahead and get right into that question of the day, and then we're going to get it popping, y'all.
Yeah. So question of the day. why do men tend to have an issue making less money than their spouse? That's an interesting question again. Why do men tend to have an issue making less than their spouse? And I guess we can jump right into the topic. So on to more Donald Trump bullshit. Hopefully, the official election is what, November 8th? So what is that, less than 2 weeks?
Yeah.
So after
it
this,
is. Less
hopefully
than 2
he'll
weeks.
just fall into a hole and disappear and, go broke and be part of the 99%.
That's not going to happen.
But anyways, if you all don't know, 11 women have come out saying how Donald Trump has sexual harassed them, groped them, said disrespectful things. Well, anyways, Selma Hayek, who, if you all don't know, she's a very famous Spanish actress, and adult film star Jessica Drake were the latest victims to say that they've had issues with him and his sexual innuendos in the past. Selma Hayek says he pursued her knowing she had a boyfriend at the time and lied and said he and her boyfriend were friends to get to know her personal information. After Selma Hayek continued to refuse his advances, a tabloid story came out of Donald Trump not being attracted to her because she was too short. It turned out it was a story that he planted, and then he told her that she should date him basically so she doesn't look less desirable. Adult film star Jessica Drake says back in 2006, Donald's team contacted her to ask her out, and after she denied, he personally contacted her, and she denied again, which made him be more upfront, and he told her that he would pay her $10,000 for her services, because obviously she was a porn star. Donald Trump also responded to both stories, saying that Jessica and all the women are lying, and later will show that. He also says that he doesn't grab women by the arm, I guess because he grabs them by the pussy. And and he also sarcastically said, I'm sure she has never been grabbed before, meaning because she's a porn star. Basically, she's viewed as a hoe. You shouldn't respect her because she's a porn star, which is crazy. What do you think about that?
The 11th woman that has came forward. It's very clear to me that people representing Donald Trump are perverts and are not opposed to sexual assault. I do wonder, though, with the election being less than just a couple of weeks away, why all of a sudden these porn stars, slut, skank, coke whores are coming out of nowhere? And if these incidents did take place, why not claim a lawsuit earlier? Sometimes women, they do like to play victim, and I see it happen all the time. Like in this situation, she flirted with Donald Trump, took a walk with him around the golf course, gave him her number. Then when he invited her back to the room, she went along with 2 other women for 30 minutes before they all left. Overall, the common denominator is Donald Trump, and although he's a pig, she's a hoe. What did she expect? I'm not for either person in this topic. They both can get this fish.
I understand what you're saying, but I think the main outcome is this man is running for president, and he's hiring hookers or trying to hire hookers, and it's just really disgusting. He's a nasty man. He likes to call women nasty women. He's a nasty man. On to the next topic. $15,000 has been raised to improve and restore a memorial for Emmitt Till. If you all don't know, Emmitt Till was visiting his family in Mississippi from Chicago and was murdered by a lynch mob after whistling to a white woman. Emmitt Till's killers were later found not guilty by a jury of 5 white men after 67 minutes of deliberation, and they said it took 67 minutes because they were out drinking soda. The original memorial was placed at the site in 2005 and was immediately vandalized with a KKK spray painting on the memorial site. Since then, there have been a total of 8 signs that have been damaged or stolen. Now it's been $15,000 that have been raised to improve and restore the memorial for the latest Emmitt Till sign. And yeah, I guess they're trying to figure out now how to go about it so it won't be any more damages to the memorial.
it's crazy. Like, I wonder when this incident took place and what was the point. There are obviously some stupid supremacists with no morals. It's just sad that people want to scream and talk about, you know, this is not slavery and how African Americans need to be thankful, go back where they came from. For example, Tommy Lauren dumbass statements on Colin Kaepernick. Now, I would like to hear one of those people say how free African Americans are and who state that African Americans are free. I want to hear them explain this away. It's clear evidence of how unfree we are. Like, no one wants to touch that subject, though, because they know that they're incorrect. Emmitt Till, like you said, it happened a long time ago. He was murdered 61 years ago. That's older than some of y'all mamas, you know, and some of y'all grandparents. But this has been happening. The vandalism has been happening since 2008, and they claim, like you said, that it's been consistent. Oh, since 2005? Well, they claim that it's been consistently replaced. Yet the sign, it's costly, and it just makes no sense. It's not that much money. Like, they don't even need to raise the whole $15,000 to make another sign. Just get it built. Like, we still just have so much.
But the thing is, I think also what they're more so worried about is how can they get the sign built without it being damaged. Like, that sign has to be there. Like, this man has to be remembered, you know, for how he died ridiculously and didn't get justice for it. You know, and like you said, it's a damn shame that even in 2005 that people would still feel the need to disrespect this person's legacy. And also, I think it's just, you know, people like how you saying you want to point out to other races that racism still does, you know, affect us.
Exist, yeah.
But it's just, I don't really even care how other races feel. If I know that I'm not being treated like a first-class citizen, and that's all that fucking matters. You know, we just need to stand up. That's why November 8th is important. Don't just pay attention to the presidential election. Vote for all of the black officials that are trying to get into office, from Supreme Court, you know, on down. They actually sent, like, a letter to my house listing, like, all the black officials. So, you know, pay attention, you guys. It's just so important. If we want change, we have to be proactive. You know, we have to stop complaining about it. We have to fight fire with fire.
That's right.
Country is money, but that's it.
Yep. You're 100% correct. All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and discuss the Obamacare premiums that are rising. Sad news. It's sad news. If healthcare isn't already expensive enough, Obamacare rates are expected to rise dramatically next year. The Obama administration released the prices for many of the health plans this past Monday, and they show big increases in many parts of the country. Obamacare customers are actually beginning to shop for new insurance before the presidential election. And the latest estimate from the federal government is the average mid-level Obamacare plan, which is the most popular choice, is going to cost about 22% more in 2017 than it does now in 2016. And this is based on data from 39 states where people signed up through the healthcare.gov website and also from some other preliminary data from four other states as well as the District of Columbia. The Obama administration expects 13.8 million people nationwide to pick up a plan during the upcoming enrollment season, actually about 1 million more than the ones that signed up last year. But there are a couple facts that I feel like y'all should know about Obamacare. The reason why it costs more is because, the reason why premiums are higher is because people have been signing up that's fixed in insurance more than they estimated. However, 85% of people do get help paying their premium plans, and they receive a government subsidy. But unfortunately, a lot of larger health insurance companies are scaling back their participation in Obama healthcare, such as Aetna, United Healthcare, and Humana, and will only offer policies in a handful of states because the premiums were way too low for all the sick people that signed up, and it cost the insurance company lots of money. How you feel about that?
I mean, if you know what you're saying, you know, if it does cost a lot of money, then obviously the money has to come from somewhere. And then I think people are looking into it as like all insurance is going up. Like, like Donald Trump, he's a fucking idiot. He thinks Obamacare is like every insurance, and like, it's just for people who are, I feel like, that make a certain salary or make less than a certain amount of money, and like you said, they do get a lot of help on it. So,
yeah,
I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I'm trying to make it seem.
Yeah.
You feel
I
like
feel
what?
like it's crazy people don't have many insurance choices to choose from, like good insurance, because the good insurance companies are pulling out, which is another reason why premiums, they could keep raising. But if, like you said, if you got a good job, it's important to get health insurance through the company you work for. I don't really feel like people know this, but their check really isn't affected much when you get insurance through your work. After, you get paid $1,600 every 2 weeks, you get $200. I figure you get like $200 taken out, your union fees, Medicare, federal taxes, garnishments if you have any. But it doesn't even work like that. Like after they take out the unions and the garnishments, then they go ahead and tax you on the Medicare and the federal. And you're going to be paying almost the same amount. It's like a $50, $60 difference if that. Like, it's like, okay, let's get this popping. But anyways, overall health insurance is required, and yes, it's expensive, but only if you're paying full from out of pocket. But if you get insurance for your job, then you're probably not even going to see the effect that much,
Yeah. Is it going to affect
All right,
people?
y'all. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. People are actually stating, like, oh, well, we shop around. We have to pay, $4,000 worth of a copay before we can even get covered under insurance. Like, I might not even need $4,000, you know what I'm saying, to use $4,000 then. So I'm pretty much paying for the insurance no matter what. Paying for every doctor visit until I reach the $4,000 limit. People don't have good insurance no more like that. What happened when copays, it was some nice copays, you $100, $200, something like that, Not no $4 or $5, even $1,000. Like, why should I have to pay $1,000 for my medical bills before you even chip in at 10% or that 20% that you're gonna even help with? Like, that's the worst insurance ever. It's definitely affecting a lot of people because they're like, okay, well, I'm really sick. I have this disease or that. I'm not gonna be able to afford my insurance, or I'm not gonna be able to afford my insurance. I'm not gonna be able to afford to live, and it shouldn't even be like that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely affecting people, I feel like. But before we move into our next topic, I just want to do a recap of our question of the day. Why do men tend to have an issue making less than their spouse? All right, you guys. So, Jen, you heard about that clown purge?
Yeah.
Okay. So apparently we're going to have a clown purge on October 30th, y'all. People are actually trying to figure out if this is real or not, but the police has actually issued warrants. News reports claim that an alleged clown killer purge will take place the day before Halloween, and people are becoming really frightened as to what will happen before the celebration even starts. There have been some clown hunters that are warning people in the public about the clown purge. According to Morning News USA, clown hunters posted a Facebook status, and in a status it pretty much stated that it was posted on the 12th of October at 4:40, and it read, "Warning, clowns are allegedly planning their own purge the night before Halloween. Stay inside, keep all pets inside, keep all your doors and windows locked. Share this post with your friends and family." Now, aside from the clown hunters, Facebook posts, the sources are also stating that Twitter has also been also filled with tweets about the alleged purge. Meanwhile, the publication notes have not received any intelligent reports that this event is going to happen. But despite all of that, the cops are actually asking citizens to stay vigilant, and any suspicious activity should be reported immediately. How do you feel?
I mean, it's like kind of scary because it's just like, is this like, the boy that cried wolf? Is this real? Like, should I really be concerned? Like
that's deep.
My family, pay attention. But I don't, like, deep down, I don't feel like it's gonna be like clowns walking around trying to breaking people's shit, because at the end of the day, like, motherfuckers is crazy, and you don't know what people are capable of. And you walk up on the right motherfucker. I know, like, with me, I would tend to be a person that reacts in defense more than run. You know, so if I see a clown walking my direction and I say something and they still just walking weird, I'm gonna run up on them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, before they even get a chance to even make it to me, you know.
So hold on. So you gonna run up on the clown and he gonna pull his big ass knife out and try and slice your goddamn head open. And what are you gonna do then? Just get chopped off arms so you're protecting your face? Now you have no arms left?
I just don't feel like. I mean, I guess, but I just feel like I would be too damn fast. Dude,
like, you know. Or you gonna run the opposite way and fall?
Right.
like they do in a movie.
Well, I already got a screwdriver in my car. Like, it ended up in my car actually.
A screwdriver? What are they gonna do with a big ass?
I mean, not a screwdriver. A wrench.
Oh, okay.
Right over damn here with that
like
shit.
Still.
Huh?
Dude, this. I just laughed. This is irritating. I stated before, every year around Halloween, some shit like this happens, but it never been this bad because according to the New York Post on October 17th, just 10 days ago, Target spokesman Joshua Thomas said that given the current environment, they're not going to sell clown costumes both in stores and online. And it's also crazy because the publication reported that food company McDonald's has also made the announcement that they're going to pull back on the brand mascot Ronald McDonald public appearances at this time. It's just sad that New York, Florida, Kansas, Alabama, and other U.S. states are going through all of this crap over this nonsense of the clowns. All I know is let a clown run up on me. I'm going to kill him. Like, I'm going to murder somebody. I'm trying to let you know. But I hope everybody stays
and it's
safe.
Just like, and that's the thing. It's just like, even if they do that, I don't think they're going to really be, like, trying to kill motherfuckers. But people are going to be so scared. It's like you're going to try to prank somebody, and you're going to catch the right one. And they're going to beat your ass and attempt to kill you. Like, you can't do that shit. You can't prank people you don't fucking know. Like, I hate that shit. Like, how the fuck you prank somebody you don't even know them? Like, come on now.
Yep, that's bizarre. That's funny though. But yeah, just make sure y'all stay safe out there, and you know, October 30th, make sure y'all get tight. You know what I'm saying, with your family. And speaking of being tight with your family, a backup dancer who performed for Beyonce, Rihanna, Missy Elliott, and many other stars, she went missing on Tuesday. Charlene Quigley. She was last seen boarding a bus in New York City around 1 a.m. The police had actively investigated this pretty much due to a missing persons report that had been filed. Rihanna also wrote an emotional plea on Instagram to help find her former dancer, stating, "This beautiful soul and former dancer of mine is missing. My heart aches thinking of how heavy this is on all who loved her." Also, among that statement, she posted a video of Charlene. She's found, guys. Charlene was found in New Jersey after an extensive search by North Bergen Police Department detectives in cooperation with the NYPD. They located Charlene Quigley. She's safe at an undisclosed medical facility. North Bergen police detectives also contacted her father. He was en route from Los Angeles to reunite with his daughter, and the family stated that they were very pleased with the outcome, and they want to thank the New York City Police Department for the tremendous amount of cooperation in this matter. As for treatment she's receiving, top star mom only saying she's okay. Jen?
That's interesting. Yeah. Because to me it sounds like that, like she was in like a crazy house. It was like, did she check out? What happened? Was it like a drug overdose? Because I know of,
I just laughed.
Because I know of when people, sometimes everybody that do go to those situations is not necessarily like crazy. It could be like some sort of detox situation, but you can't leave the facility. So that's the thing, and that's the main thing. And you can't contact anybody. So if people, originally didn't know where she was, and she's in this place, that could have been really scary.
Why
that is interesting.
No, because her she was boarding a plane. She was on her way to they found her car in like a bridal shop parking lot along with her phone, I believe. And so I don't think she was in a mental institution. or anything like that. I think she was allowed to drive and roam the city as she pleased. I think she went missing. But just like you stated, I do wonder what happened to her and why they're being so quiet about it. Like, you felt like she was probably in a mental institution or something like that. I feel like maybe she was kidnapped or maybe she was raped.
But maybe I'm mixing medical and mental, you know. But it's like a medical facility. Like, wouldn't they just say a fucking hospital, you know?
They said she was receiving medical treatment.
For what, though?
They won't say it. I said that the cops, they're saying that they're pretty much, they're not talking about it. But she's receiving medical treatment, you know. And like I said, I wonder, like you said, like, what was the medical treatment for? Like, was she beat up?
Mm-hmm.
Overall, it had to be something bad because her father flew out immediately, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is crazy. I'm just glad she was found safe, but I really do hope that they disclose what happened to her, along with some warning signs against, like, what happened to her, how she can give us advice as to how to be more cautious. But I understand that the family wanted this to remain private, but, you know, I mean, we can't really do nothing about it. Just thank God she was safe overall.
Absolutely. Former NBA player Scottie Pippen has recently filed divorce from his wife, Real Housewives of Miami star Larsa Pippen, after finding out about Larsa's close relationship with rapper Future. In court documents, Scottie says the relationship was irretrievably broken as grounds for divorce. He also wants, ultimately, of the 4 of the minor children in the relationship, and also he wants to move them from Miami to Chicago. And if the request for the relocation is denied, he still wants the children majority of the time. He also wants to amend their prenup to avoid paying her. TMZ has also reported that authorities have been called to their home for the past 3 weeks for domestic disturbances, none of which were physical. Yeah. What do you think?
It's sad business.
Mm-hmm.
They've been together for 19 years.
Mm-hmm.
At first I was trying to figure out, like, what caused them to divorce. But although the prenup is in order, he's obviously a good man still because he's allocating the parental responsibilities to himself. You know, and it's over the issues of education, healthcare, general welfare. So overall, she should be in there like Foursquare, especially because she's a cheater. Yeah, said that Larsa, like you Jen just said, Scottie's wife and Future was messing around, and that was shot down. But then, did you know that Future, he made a shady-ass statement in response to Scottie Pippen divorce?
What did he say?
Took a photo. He took a snapshot of himself and posted the photo with the caption saying, "She's mine now." To me, it was just kind of surprising that he decided to do that out of nowhere. Like, maybe he wanted to admit to the rumors.
That's just so messy. It's like, girl, go ahead. Go with Future. If you want to fuck on Future, go ahead and do that. Like, you want to fuck up the marriage that you didn't have with this man who clearly has way more money than Future, and I'm sure you've been with him for 19 years, treats you a lot better. But if you want this young nigga, you know, you go ahead and do that. But playing devil's advocate, I'm sure Scottie has cheated on her before. I'm sure it's just not up and out of nowhere. She just seen this fine nigga. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, damn, like that's so sad. It's so messy. After 19 years to end like that, like, you know, what about the kids? It's like, think about your mama cheating, you know. It's unfortunate. It's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
You know, because if your dad cheating, it's not normal. Like, that shouldn't be normal, but it's just like, people look at it as okay, but it's just like, people feel like, if a child feels like their mother's the one that ruined the relationship, I don't know how that would affect me. You know?
Well, that's interesting. Well, y'all, before we get into our...
You don't feel that way?
I just feel like, if I realized that my mom and my dad relationship was growing because my mom was cheating, I was just like, dang, she a hoe, like, you know, but that's it. Like, I don't know, I don't really know. Because my mom and my dad was never really together.
Okay.
You know, from what I know, you know, my mom, my dad, you know, I don't know. She said they was real good friends the whole time, and they were good friends, but I never seen them like kissing and stuff like that. They all just seemed real cool, like with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But cause my mom, she was with somebody else for 13 years, but that he wasn't my dad. You know, I ain't even like dude like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, we go before we get inside. What'd you say?
I said my father definitely cheated. TMI. Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. It happens to every family. No, I'm just kidding.
What? I'm swirled.
It happens to every family. No, I'm just kidding. Well, so our question of the day, once again, y'all, why do men tend to cheat? I mean, my bad. Why do men tend to have an issue making less than their spouse? Why do men tend to cheat? We just got done talking about that topic. I'm up there, got my mind somewhere else.
Right,
I actually do got my mind on a man. I got my mind on a man named Trick Daddy. So, Trick Daddy apparently went in on black women. All right? He went in. The Miami rapper went on Instagram on October 25th, 2 days ago, to tell black women that they should tighten up because they're in danger of being replaced by white and Spanish women. He said, y'all, these white hoes, they done started getting signed in the motherfucker.
Do the accent. Yo,
I can't do that. I can't. I don't know how Miami people speak. My mom's from Miami, and she speaks Wisconsin like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, but then he was like, these white hoes done started getting fined in the motherfucker. Y'all black hoes better tighten up. I'm telling you, tighten up. Y'all doing all this extra shit for nothing. You're not achieving nothing, bitch. You're getting your ass done, your titties done. You're paying $150 to get your makeup done. What up, bitch? Tighten up, ho. These Spanish and these white hoes is getting very spiffy on y'all. They fuck around and learn how to fry chicken. You hoes is useless. So, obviously, Twitter went ham. They went nuts. Have you seen this video of Trick Daddy? And if you have, what were your comments and your feelings on it? If you haven't,
I have not seen the video, but I saw like the post of the video and like, you know, like the shade room talking about it, and I can see Trick Daddy saying something that ignorant. My views is it's just like, damn, man, like respect your women. Nobody else is. Like, you are a black man, like you can't be disrespecting black women like that in public. Like, what the fuck, dog? And I get tired of that shit. Like, how niggas feel like, you know, they want to boss up and they get tired of a black woman's mouth and black women ain't shit. This, you know, because they have these deep-rooted insecurities, but then we'll go and get with a white girl that act the same damn way. Like, these ratchet white, badly built bitches stay keeping a nigga, a fine one with some money. You know what I'm saying? But then they want to talk about they want a black woman, but you want to go get this damn trailer trash ass bitch. Like, for what? Fucking ignorant, dog.
Exactly. I feel all women should tighten up. When I saw the video, to me it was a little funny. I don't know. I feel like, you know, I can cook. I'm educated. Trying to get my workout on. Don't be all up in the club. Like, it was overall silly and, just like you said, very ignorant of him to say. But it's Trick Daddy. You know what I'm saying? He's a thug. What do we expect?
Yeah.
But, yeah, after I watched the video.
But you would think, because Trick Daddy's like 50, and, like, his face is starting to look plastic. You would think he would just, you know.
Right. He know about the surgery, because that's what he getting.
He getting
but,
surgery.
Yeah, overall.
His face looks like leather.
I don't know where he getting out with this. Leather face ass? No. It was funny, though. It was funny to me. Yeah, it was funny. I feel like he's ignorant, just like you said. But, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, honestly, who really cares about what Trick Daddy got to say until Love and Hip Hop Miami come out. That's the only time I want to hear about anything from Trick Daddy.
Right.
Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry.
Funny.
recently Drake has come under fire for releasing a song mentioning Kid Cudi mental illness after Cudi's recent Twitter diss of him and Kanye last month. In the song that Drake has released called Two Birds, One Stone, Drake raps, "You were the man on the moon, now you just go through your phases. Life of the angry and famous. Rap like I know I'm the greatest. Then you give the tropical flavors. Still never been on a hiatus. You stay zanned up and perked up." Kanye, however, has shouted out Kid Cudi at a recent concert in Los Angeles to make amends, followed by playing the life of Pablo, Father Stretch My Hands, a song Kid Cudi co-wrote. But, yeah, people are not fucking with Drake for this whole situation of him talking about, Kid Cudi's battle with depression and thoughts of suicide. If you all don't know, like, he recently said that he's been battling, like, depression and suicidal thoughts since the beginning of his career. So, But what do you think about that? Like, was Drake wrong for coming after Kid Cudi's mental illness?
Drake didn't need to go that hard in this rap. You know what I'm saying? He didn't need to go that hard. But this is rap, and this is life. Mm-hmm. And Kid Cudi started it, and he mentioned Drake's name. Exactly. And Kid Cudi started it when he mentioned his name on social media. What did you think was going to happen? What did you think was going to happen? Drake is a Scorpio. Mm-hmm. Like, we kings and queens of hitting people where it hurts, especially, like, you making a post? Like, yeah, I'm irritated. You know what I'm saying? But beat this. Yesterday, I came home irritated. I just wanted to tell y'all my story. Yesterday, I came home irritated. I'm a Scorpio. And I was so irritated, I just started foaming at the mouth, just talking crap, just being a jerk to my husband, you know what I'm saying? Just being me for no reason at all. And after we calmed down, settled down, he was like, the mouth is a dangerous weapon. Like, pretty much, like, you need to read the Bible and watch your mouth, And I wrote on Facebook, like, I can't even, like, the mouth can be a dangerous weapon. Overall, Scorpios don't think a lot of the time before they post stuff. They just make a reaction, and that's an issue. Drake is now rich. He's famous. He needs to think more about his actions and what consequences they can have negatively on a person. But Kid Cudi needs to get out that funk, stop posting things on social media if he don't want to get a response overall. This could have been avoided if Kid never said anything at all. Like, you shouldn't have went there. You know what I'm saying? And I know how it is, Scorpios. Like, if I'm somebody I don't know somebody and they talking shit, like, you stupid, so-and-so, this and that. I have no filter, and I need to calm that down. That's not cute. That's not woman-like. Yeah. I do it, but that's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And even recently, like, somebody on Facebook, like, I'm posting on a comment, and she just started going ham, and I'm like, shut her down real quick for the 1-2 time, but... But still.
I definitely understand.
Listen. If it was somebody like you, I would take it more into consideration. Like, okay, well, before I take from this, I want to make sure that I say it in a nice way because I don't want to hurt your feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, but yeah, we don't care about you. Fuck you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just like, yeah. I think it's more so the fact that he attacked mental illness, because that is so serious that people are uncomfortable, especially black men. They are uncomfortable with talking about depression and, having suicidal thoughts. It is very common. Like, a lot of people battle with depression, but in our community, we do not like to talk about it. So I think that was the whole thing because Kid Cudi was honest enough to say that, and for Drake to poke fun at it. It became an issue. But at the same time, Drake don't fuck with Kid Cudi. And like you said, it's the same with me. If I don't fuck with somebody, I'm going to hit them where it fucking hurts. If I know something bothers you, that's what the fuck I'm going to say because I can't lay my hands on you because I'm too grown for that. So you going to feel what the fuck I have to say to you. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you said, like this is rap. For one, these are grown men. Did you expect for him to be nice to this man when he basically called him fake and said that his whole career is based on other people? You know what I'm saying? Saying he don't write his own shit. Like, how do you expect for somebody to respond to that? you know.
Yeah, he
I
probably
know,
knew
I
exactly what
said
he
some
was
shit.
doing.
And I've heard of people, you know what I'm saying to somebody that they used to be friends with. These motherfuckers ain't friends. They have said, and that I remember one of my homegirls told me how one of her friends tried to commit suicide, and she got into it, and I guess the girl, like, exposed her on some shit. She told the bitch, next time you try to kill yourself, don't call me.
Oh!
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just,
Damn.
it happens, honey. It happens. You know,
Ooh,
just don't tell people your business if you don't want to get exposed about it. But except for with depression, honestly, I feel like if you are battling depression, you have mental illnesses, you should talk to someone about it. Because having suicidal thoughts and being sad all the damn time is not how you should feel in this world. But yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. I understand. All right, y'all. We're going to get into that question of the day. Why do men tend to have an issue making less than their spouse?
And you answer that question first. And then
what? Why I gotta answer it first?
Because I knew you was gonna be like, yo, how do you feel? What do you think as a man? You know,
how do you feel? What do you think? I think you just want to copy my answer. Oh yeah, you're right. That's exactly how I feel. Like no, I'm not gonna work with that. No, I'm just kidding. Why?
No, that's how you really feel.
No, I was just kidding. Men tend to have an issue. I feel like a man would have, like, if I was a man, I would have an issue because I would feel like I couldn't take care of my family like the way I would want to. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't give them, like, the world can't give them this, can't give them that, you know, and I want to be a boss. You know, I want to continue to have that boss mentality, you know, even being, like, a woman, like, you know, like right now, like, I feel like, you know, like, just overall, like, as far as, well, I'm not going to use my situation, but let's just say, like, you know, I'm a woman in a relationship and I'm making more than my spouse. You know, I would feel like he would feel inferior, like, oh, she makes more money than me, like, she making all the decisions, but it also depends on how much more money. Like, you know, like, if you're making $100,000 to your $20,000, and then it's just like, oh, like, you know, you shouldn't feel bad about it because you're trying to work toward a goal and you got a good person that's willing to, you know, get that chip off your shoulder, you know. But I don't know. I'm not a man, and you know, so I don't really know. how would you feel about it though?
I think it's a few things. I think for one, why someone would have an issue, but like you were saying, if it was, not to get off topic, but if you came to a situation and as a woman you're making $100,000 and your husband's making $20,000, like, what do you think? If you met this man and that's what he was doing, he was working at Enterprise, and you were a lawyer, shout out to, you know, Insecure if you haven't watched the show, and also, yeah, and that's the reason why, you know, I thought about the question, and also I see someone talking about on the Shade Room. But if you knew where that person was in life, you can't really get upset, you know, for a situation.
Listen, really quickly, too.
You said what?
I just want to say this. Also, there was a story kind of like this. It was this woman and this man. They was in a marriage, and this woman, she made so much more money than her husband, but her husband kept spending all the money, too. You know, he kept spending as much money as she would make, he was spending just as quick. And, like, he bought all these toys, cars, and stuff like that. And then she ended up getting a separate bank account. Then they ended up getting a divorce, and then he killed her. But my bad. Go ahead.
No, wait. So she was spending, the man was making money and she was spending it, or she's making money and the man was spending it?
No, she was making all the money, and he kept spending it. Like, he was spending. She was, like, an accountant or something like that. She was making a lot. He was, like, you know, bus driver. He wasn't making as much. And, he just kept spending all her money. Like, she'd get a paycheck, they had a joint bank account, so her checks would automatically go in the account. Like, as soon as she do it, like, her checks come in, he's already buying up everything, clothes, shoes, and always going shopping. Then he stopped working and just started spending her money. Then he got another job. They got separate bank accounts. And then that eventually led to a divorce. And, yeah, he ended up killing her.
Yeah. Yeah. See, like, situations like
don't
that,
divorce
that's not
a broke
really
person.
cool.
More of the story.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like, okay, as long as they broke with potential, that's one thing. If you broke and you in school and and you paying your own bill before you met me. You know what I'm saying? Then that's one thing. But it's just like, if you're dependent solely on me for life, then I mean, nobody should date that ain't shit nigga. But if you making $70,000 a year and your nigga's making 30, like obviously it's gonna be a difference in income. You know what I'm saying? And you should respect that. But I think a few things, like I was saying, why men have issues with it is because, for one, men have pride. You know, so as for instance, me, I don't like asking for stuff. Like, I just got comfortable in my relationship asking, like, asking my boyfriend, hey, can you go get this? Hey, can you go get, you know what I'm saying? It's been a couple times I've been broke, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I got this amount of money to last me to, so do you think you'll be able to, and, you know, it's not an issue for him. Like, I guess he's one of those exceptions where he'll just give me the money, like, you know, if I ask for it. But me, it's just like, you know, I don't want to have to ask for anything because I don't want you to throw it in my face. And I shouldn't feel like that in a relationship, but it's just like, you know. And then for two, I feel like a lot of times when a woman makes more than a man in a relationship, I wouldn't say this in gay relationships, but when a woman makes more than a man, she kind of bosses up on them. You know what I'm saying? Anytime they get into arguments, she going to let them know, like, you a broke-ass nigga, you know, blah, blah, blah. I could do so much better than you, you know. And it's just like, but you chose that life, so why are you trying to go in on this man? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like, though, like, if you're in a marriage, though, you know, your job shouldn't be, and I've been guilty of this before, so I'm not even trying to bash nobody or nothing, but your job shouldn't be to bash your spouse about, you know, financial issues that y'all may be having and the reason because of those financial issues, but trying to promote each other to get better positions, to get better, to make more money, to continue to pray. Because at the end of the day, that's both of y'all money. Right, that's both of y'all money anyways, whether you want to admit it or not. I mean, I've had so many. It's so crazy because even after we got married, like almost a year after we got married, I was still saying like mine and your, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we've been together like 9 years at that point. Well, 8 years at that point. So it was like, 9 years. And I'm still saying my stuff and your stuff. Like I just got comfortable like our stuff. Like this is our stuff, you know? Like, and that makes no sense. But I'm young, so you know, I'm 25. Only for another week and a half. Oh God.
No.
I know, I'm back. Anyway, y'all, we're gonna take a caller. We are kind of running a little behind on the show, so we're just gonna take one caller tonight. All right, that caller is gonna come from a 414 area code. The last 4 digits of that number is 8676. You are on the air. Hello, you're on the air. Are you passing?
So that's a pass.
Okay, y'all. Once again, that question of the day is why do men tend to have an issue making less than their spouse? We're going to only answer one more call for the evening. That call is 414-91. Oh, the last 4 digits of that number is 9130. You are on the air.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, hold on now, nigga. Don't come with the attitude.
Wow.
I was going to say, niggas ain't shit. That's why they just always in their chest. They so emotional. They just so easily intimidated. Men can just be so easily intimidated by their own spouse. That's what I really hate. It's supposed to be a team together.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's just in their nature, and you know, it's a bad thing, you guys.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Bitch ass niggas, no.
I mean, I can see it being a little bit of a jealousy thing, but honestly, I feel like as a man, I think the whole thing is just the fact of you don't want somebody to boss up on you, because I feel like a lot of times women, when they make more than a man, because I feel like it's natural for a woman to feel like she shouldn't make more than her partner. You know what I'm saying? So when she does, it's just like she's going to always let that motherfucker know. You know, and she may say some shit that's a little slick, and then automatically he's not going to want to ask you for it. In the beginning, just as a man, he probably feels like, okay, I got it on my own, like, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's funny hearing it from a man's point of view. Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for calling in.
On
the real. Thank you. That was real, and that's why I also like talking to you, because even though we only talk like one time a week, and that's on this damn show, like I really enjoy hearing your point of views and perspectives on certain topics. Seriously, like, because even what you saying is like I never even thought about it before, and I know like it's happened. Obviously, when you're in a relationship, you're with somebody for a long time, you go broke sometimes. Okay? Yeah. I don't know how many of y'all have never been broke. I'm young. I guess I'm 25. Only for another week and a half. But anyway, I'm 25, and I've had to ask my man, hey, my husband, like, hey, let me get out. Let me get 20 hours or something like that, And he's done the same thing to me before, but when I asked him, it's never like, oh, man, dude. But when he asked me, I'm like, what the fuck you need the money for? What you need? Don't forget you owe me that $20. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just so much. And it's like, why do I act like that? It's like, but dude, he has not asked me for money in like forever, so that's awesome.
I mean, but like shit happens. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Of course it's not like, I'm bearing dry, but it's just like, I'm not one of the bitches that's gonna be going into my savings account because I just want $100 just to have for the week because I feel okay.
Right.
If I you know what I'm saying? Okay, I don't got it this week, you're paying for everything, and vice versa. Like, if we going out to eat, we going to dinner, you're gonna pay. I feel like that's how it should be in a relationship, and it shouldn't be an issue about that. Yeah. But I do have a question. Because recently, this is like kind of off the subject, but this is something I've been thinking about, and it's been really interesting to me and a little scary. But recently, I met someone, and they were with like their girlfriend or whatever, and what happened? So they were just telling me like they were real cool. We just chopped it up or whatever, and they were just telling me like how he recently got divorced, but I don't know if his girlfriend knew the wife or, but he was just saying, like, he fell in love with her while he was married. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it was the fact to make the girl feel good because she was there at the time. Like, I don't know what the situation was. But I'm just wondering, like, can you really feel like you missed, because he like was making it seem like this is a soulmate. So, I don't know if it was more so like this game. But do you honestly think like in a committed relationship, like when you're married, that you can meet somebody? Or is there a chance that you would meet somebody that, that may be the love of your life? You do think that's possible?
Yeah. Yep. I think anything is possible. I mean, shit. Like, I've been in my marriage for 2 years now. I've been in my relationship for 10 years now. On and off 10 years has been crazy. It's been good. It's been bad, ups and downs all over. Do I feel like Prince Charming can walk up to me at any moment and just sweep me off my damn feet? It's a possibility. However, I feel like you have to make it a possibility. You got to want it to be a possibility. And I feel like a lot of those possibilities come like at work, or if you're consistently seeing a person, or, like things like that. But it's also ways to get around that. If you really don't want to cheat, you feel like, oh, my God, I'm in love with this person, you're thinking about them all day long, but you're not doing nothing with them, just do something else. Do something else, find a hobby. You know what I'm saying? Because I even thought about that. I thought about it earlier today because, about this question. I thought about something similar to this question. And I was thinking, like, okay, now, if I decided to go ahead and cheat on my husband, this is going to happen. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen if I cheat on my husband. I'm going to cheat on him. I'm going to find this guy. He's going to be, I don't know, exciting, I guess, because it's different and new. And then what's going to happen is, listen what's going to happen. That's it. It's just exciting and new. It's exciting and new, but you guys can make exciting new things. You can do different things. You can go out. You can do different stuff. You can try different things. I mean, you haven't tried everything. I don't care how many things you think you didn't try. There's always something else out there. But, like, okay, so that's going to happen. Then after that, I'm going to talk to my husband about getting a divorce. Then we're both gonna probably cry about it, or he's probably gonna punch my lights out. Then after that, then I'm gonna live with the dude for like 30 days to get sick of him. Want to come back to my husband. Now this dude is a psychopath.
And it's too late. It's too late.
Yeah, it's too late. At that moment, you done already fucked up. When you decided to kiss this person or lay down in the bed with this person or something like that, that's when it was too late. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I thought about all of that, like all the way up until the end. And I was like, okay, now me or my husband is dead. Like, okay, so I should have just stayed with him the whole time and then not bitch it off. Like, this is what I should have done. So, yeah, let's not cheat.
We both dead now.
Like let's just not cheat. That's a bad situation. I'm going to think about this again in 5 more years. Oh, yeah, the outcome. You're going to die. All right, we're good here.
No, I mean,
yeah.
I totally agree. I mean, it is possible, but it's just like, why would you put yourself in that situation? And the thing is, I don't think it's like more so a love thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if you truly are in love, like, you know, I don't think you can. If you're with somebody that you're in love with,
you never know.
You just can't.
Like,
you may see other people that's attractive, but I don't even think I can just open myself up to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? In that way.
You can.
But I'm saying past love. I'm saying past sexual. Of course, cheating is possible.
How you saying past sexual?
But I'm saying, like, looking at somebody and be like, I'm in love with this motherfucker, and being around him all the damn time, and you know what I'm saying, and just caring about them more than you do like your spouse. Like, I just don't. I don't think that's fine. It's not a healthy relationship.
It's a bad situation. You can put them feelings in check though. You can put them feelings in check if you really want to. You can put those feelings in check. You can be like, okay, look, Angel, look what you're doing. Get it together. All right, getting it together. You know what I'm saying? It's really easy though. Just keep it professional. Talk to them the same way you talk to the opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? Who you don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, keep it professional. You know, oh, no, I don't want to talk about this. Goodbye. Have a good day. You're bothering me. I'm trying to work. Sexual harassment. Hello. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But this is always a way to divert the situation. You can do that.
Yeah. Definitely. But I'm just saying, it goes back to, it's just really interesting to me. And it's just like when he was saying it, I'm like, is he trying to flex because she's here? Or, you know what I'm saying? I was just thinking about all that, and, you know, and I'm just like, can somebody really be like, you were married, you know, and you literally love this woman, unless the woman just wasn't shit and you knew the marriage wasn't right. But it's just like, I feel like when most people get married, it's not out of convenience. It's just like they're totally in love. So it's just like you're totally in love with this person. Past the sex. Like, y'all can sit and coexist without having sex. Y'all have conversations. Y'all make each other laugh. You know what I'm saying? This is the person that you're most comfortable, you most yourself with. You can feel that towards somebody else. You know what I'm saying? More than
that's deep.
This history with.
I guess you're right. It's just sexual. You're right.
I think that's possible.
Yeah.
Huh?
Dang, that's deep. I said, yeah, I feel like you may be right. It probably is just sexual because I'm thinking like, dang, that's deep. Like, there are days, obviously,
thinking past it. Like, y'all may fuck a few times. And I think with people, when they have, like, these long affairs, it's more so because it's more so the fact of them sneaking. They can't do it. They're not around each other all the time. But it's like, if you go and take this bitch for a damn month and leave your wife and then you can come back anytime.
Right, she's going to be the same bitch.
You're going to be over that bitch and you're going to go right straight back to your wife. A lot of times with these divorce situations, these men don't leave the women. The women leave them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or with Scottie Pippen and Larsa, you know, he left her. But, you know what I'm saying, it's for the cheating, you know. It's like when that other person gives up. But people all the time.
She couldn't handle temptation.
And that's what it be. It may feel like, yeah, they have strong feelings, but I don't think it's like the same that you have with somebody.
Once you get with Future, though.
Right, because he's going to be cheating on her. And I don't know.
Right. That reminds me of Mariah Carey and The Billionaire. You seen that? The billionaire broke over Mariah Carey.
I did. So, do you know what happened?
No, I have no idea. But I'm just thinking, like, why did the billionaire break over Mariah? He was like, bitch, I'm done. I think something about her extravagantly spending. Like, why are you spending extravagantly? You're a millionaire. You're married to a billionaire. What are you doing? Why? What is extravagant?
Do you think it was that? I mean, I just feel like Mariah Carey probably, you know, a handful. She's damaged and she's a handful. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I'm sure, like, he probably just bossed up on her ass. Like, look, like, do you not realize I got more money than you? Like, I know you're Mariah Carey, but I'm a billionaire. You know, and she probably used
Mariah.
You know,
Mariah, you forgot who I am? I'm a billionaire, not Nick Cannon. Like, oh, okay.
Right. I'm not a yes man, honey. I'm sorry.
Ooh. She probably was like, no, ma'am. Dude, bro, straight broke up with a look, bitch. It's over.
But Mariah Carey, I feel like she's one of those women, like, she needs a man that makes less than her. You know what I'm saying? And just deal with her. She needs somebody that she can push over. Like, she's like this. I'm not going to say it. But yeah.
No, say it. No, we don't know. Say
I feel like she's like the Nicki Minaj. I feel like she's like the Nicki Minaj type. But I feel like, you know, a lot of times women, when they be that successful, it's just like they need men that's kind of like they can run over a little bit.
Dang, like Meek Mills and Nicki Minaj, she bogus.
I know, but I didn't want to say it because I felt like that was kind of bogus. But I mean, obviously, I feel like it's true. Like, look how she was cussing out Safari ass. You don't think she be doing that shit to Meek Mill? You not think she be doing that?
Yeah,
shit
she probably do.
Yeah,
like,
you
look
know
at
she
my
do.
booty, though. Look at my booty.
She's beautiful, and she's way wealthier than him. And I'm sure she lets him know about both every chance she gets. I'm sure. But yeah.
Yikes.
Let's go ahead and end the show.
Yeah, we're going to end it. Jen, do you have any confessions that you want to talk about?
I don't have a confession this week. I mean, well, it's not really a confession, I can say, but I start getting back in the gym. I got a new membership that's, like, super close to my house, so now I have no excuses.
What?
If you all don't know, this is gross to say, I am 280 pounds. 280 pounds.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but I'm 6'3", so, I mean, you can't really tell, okay. But I know. But you know what I'm saying? I know. Like, if you see me, motherfuckers like...
I would know, too. I've seen you skinny. I've seen you.
Well, you're going to notice
I've seen you skinny.
You're going to notice it. But I'm just saying, like, the world... When I say 280, motherfuckers probably going to be like, nah, I'm 280 pounds.
Well, so, I'm 234 pounds. I just said that on that hair. But I'm not going to tell anybody else. I wish I was 190 shit. That's the goal. To get down to 190.
I know, but the thing is, I don't want to get back to, like, how small I was. I just want to get everything.
You were anorexic small. You were like, why is Jim so thin?
Yeah, and you know what? At that time, I was 200 pounds, though. Like, I was 200 pounds.
For real?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so I need to get to, like, a solid, like, 220, 230. You know what I'm saying? I just need, like, a 34-inch waist and, you know what I'm saying, just a big body, and everything just be tight, you know. But
well, you and Chris got to motivate each other.
I know, and we have been, and like yesterday, he told me yesterday,
y'all got to motivate each other, like with food too.
Yeah. We motivate each other about life. Like, we talk about, like, everything. And it's crazy because we, like, in our early 20s, so we talk about, like, credit and, like, buying homes and what we trying to do. And, you know, we just, you know, I imagine us being, like, just a boss-ass gay couple. Like, I think that's the goal for both of us, just to be making moves as partners, and it's just, like, being business partners at the same time, you know. We're together. And the ultimate, he's definitely, like, the ultimate, you know, friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. That's sweet.
But, no, seriously, though, back to the gym thing, like, I'm going to start giving you all updates, you know, weekly. I'm going to weigh myself. I weighed myself. I was 281.4 pounds. I think every week before the show, I'm going to weigh myself, and then I'm going to give you all an update, just so I can hold myself accountable, you know, just thinking about it. But, yeah. Do you have a confession now?
Unfortunately, I do, and I probably shouldn't mention it, but I'm going to anyways.
Yeah, say it.
So, I'm calling in tomorrow. That's what's happening. All right? That's what's going down. Okay?
Do anybody that works with you listen to the show?
Nope.
Okay, good.
I gave it to.
That's
I
one
gave
thing.
them
I kind of wish now that the people I work with did not listen to the show, because I feel like I don't have a filter. You know what I'm saying?
I don't work with anybody that likes me. Like, none of my coworkers. I think maybe one coworker genuinely likes me. One of them is funny acting, just like I am. And the other one don't talk to me at all unless we're in a meeting room with all the managers. Like, fake ass bitch. That bitch talked to me today. We're a weak ass.
Wow.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, nobody likes me because I'm 25 years old and I'm doing the same job as them. And we're all making the same amount. Yeah.
That's how it be. Fuck them bitches. That's it. They mad. They mad.
And they all in their 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
Mad and old.
That's how it be.
Bro, we stopped being 50 in 25 years.
Yeah. Like, sorry that, you didn't make the best out of your life. Like, sorry that I'm 25 and I have investments and you're, still trying to figure out how you're going to retire in 4 years, Like, but it's okay. It's okay.
Right.
You figure that out. Just don't take it out on me.
Exactly. That's all. Man, you understand. You understand exactly what I'm talking about. All right, y'all. Well, before we end the show, I want to let y'all know if you know someone that needs a resume tweaked, created, or some job references, resources, cover letters, anything, contact Rice Resumes by looking at Rice Resumes on any social media site for more information. Thank you all for tuning in to this show this evening. Y'all can expect to listen to us next week, Thursday, November 3rd. Yes, y'all. November 3rd is next week, Thursday. So y'all know what that means? That means that the year is almost over. And I mean, election date is like 4 days, 5 days after that. That's crazy.
And I will be saying who I'm voting for next week. I'm going to do some research tonight because I'm voting on Monday because I'm off on Halloween. So, yeah, I'm gonna vote on Monday. But, yeah, on the show on Thursday, I'm going to give my update of who I'm voting for and why you should vote for them as well. Make sure, just look for, everybody, look officials in your, people that listen to Wisconsin, Atlanta, North Carolina, because I know that's like the main places. Just look and make sure, vote black. But at the same time, understand their policies, look what the fuck they're talking about, because you have a couple Uncle Toms, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, just look deep. Because we have to win this election overall, not just presidency, every fucking way. We need some work. These laws have to be changed, and it's us that's going to do it, That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, also,
You're
I
right.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
So like our Facebook fan page, facebook.com/confession sessions. We have the same on the Tumblr, tumblr.com/confession sessions. Instagram, confession to us. And you also can email us your confessions or any ideas, you know what I'm saying. Constructive criticism is perfect and key.
Yeah.
Confession to us at gmail.com. Yeah. And just thank you so much for everything.
Thank y'all for tuning in. We truly appreciate it. This is your host, Angel Vondrina.
And I'm your host, John Mosby, and you are listening to...
He's your host.
Didn't I say
Confession says you said
wow, you actually said it before. Like, I didn't have to, pull it out of you. I'm so excited now.
Wow. Oh, wow. I'm mad because you yell yay like that, and you were actually excited, and I didn't even do it right. So, just goodbye, Jen. Y'all have a good evening.
I'm just happy you actually said it. That's it.
Wow. Y'all see how excited he was?
Thank you.
I'm upset. Bye.